Hello everybody, my name is Brandon Jones, I'm the editor-in-chief of GameTrailers.com, and I'm tired. I didn't get a lot of sleep this week. I just got back from DICE in Vegas. DICE, not the kind of event that you get trailers from, and yet this was probably the best trailer week of the year, maybe? We got a huge trailer this week. I mean, we got one that is just like one of those episodes where it's like, I'm pretty sure what, and at least I know ahead of time what I'm picking for my trailer of the week. But there's lots of other exciting things. Speaking of the trailer in question, this is a record-breaking episode of Let's All Go to the Trailers. Guess what record we're breaking on Let's Go this week?
I don't know, what?
The most requested trailer, just by sheer number.
Oh, okay.
By people reaching out to me on Twitter and being like, I will kill your firstborn child if you do not talk about Persona 5.
By the way, you didn't say the name of the show until that moment just then.
Wait for it. Let's all go to the trailers, everybody. I'm joined by Mr. Kyle Bossman.
Can I also, another really funny showbiz rule is you should never say you're tired. That's like a rule. That's a real showbiz rule, yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're not in showbiz.
That's
we're
what
in
I
video
love.
games
That's
journalism.
what I love about like podcasts. We're like being honest instead, you know?
If I was tired because I was goofing around like at somebody's bachelor party, I might not bring that up. But I'm
Sure.
tired because I was at a gaming event, you know, talking to a lot of game developers and having a swell time, talking to some trailer producers. So maybe future episodes of Trailer Academy are going to come out of that. And Mr. Daniel Bloodworth is here.
Hey.
All right, let's get started. This also came to me by request. Was into it for about 6 seconds.
Right.
I want to start by saying one thing that is right about this trailer. This is a good idea. This is a good idea for them to do this trailer. The problem is, and I'm actually curious to see what you guys think. I mean, by laughter, I'm guessing you kind of agree that like this is a problematic piece of media.
Yeah, you said the whole story with that one opening sentence.
So one of the things I actually talked about earlier is you never want to get ahead of a trailer. You know, you always want to have the Persona 5, for example, what we're talking about later. It's like every time Persona 5 showing you something, your brain's like, what? And I said, oh, what's happening here? For about 6 seconds until I literally got the entire trailer. I was like, oh, I know the whole trailer. I know exactly what I'm going to see. And then they did it. And then at the end, when they cut to gameplay, it was like kind of like a gameplay monster. It felt like Borderlands. You know, it was kind of just like, yeah, and it's a game, instead of like they had the CG opening. They just spent CG on this. Like, they should have actually had a thing where like the characters step up behind them in CG, like in the dark, you know, and like so you have more of a connection between them being these characters. It's just extremely predictable. It's a very, very predictable trailer.
It is a good idea. This is a good idea to communicate what this game is about. We see 4 people playing against 1 person, and so we get it. You're right, that was a good concept, but just annoying to watch. Annoying to like do this weird Fuji's cover. Yes, Ready or Not, Here I Come is in those lyrics, but like so is like I'm gonna make you want me. And so it's like...
Well, I thought about that, actually.
Yeah.
And, like, I could guess in a weird way that, like, I'm going to make you want me because that's the point of the game. Like, I do want you because I got to find you. That's how I'm going to win. You know, like, I do want to catch you. Like, I do want to take you out. I do want to kill you, mount your head on my wall. Dude, I know I'm stretching. I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, because that's the whole point of this show is, like, why? Like, did you think about this? And were you, like... I mean, don't get me started on song choices, man. Like, that drives me crazy. I actually couldn't remember 100% because it's been a long time since that song came out, who wrote the original version, because I've heard other covers of the song. So I went and listened to the original. I would take that over this. That'd be fantastic.
Agree, yes.
Which brings me to another thing, Blood. Sorry to, like, not direct it over to you. But, I was way too serious. These guys are... No one playing any video game that's ever been created is as serious as these people are. Running through woods that look nothing like the game.
Yeah. Brandon, you're so right. It's the tone.
They even have a bird. They
scare a bird.
Yep.
The whole tone of it just feels really silly. If they had something that really felt like this guy was getting hunted, maybe I would be more into it. But no, they're playing a game in the woods, and you know, and there's like this. Yeah, the song in the background just feels kind of like cheerful and like playgroundy. It's just. You know, like it doesn't feel like there's anything at stake really, and so then it becomes, well, why? You know, it feels in a way like it diminishes the game concept because like, oh, you're just playing hide and seek, big deal. Some of the looks that they throw at the camera are just like, what is happening?
Yeah, there's some teenage actors for sure.
I wonder if they're gonna make a TV spot out of this. And I think actually kind of talking about getting ahead of it, I think a 30-second version of this would be really great. Like maybe even without gameplay, maybe just like one shot. I think that would be much better, you know, just to kind of like rush through this really quickly and then have like the rinse repeat where you get like, oh, okay, I get the game. 5.5. They did shoot a lot of live action. It is a big, long trailer, so I always like live action stuff. I think the production of it is good. Like I said, it's a great concept. The shot where Goliath drops down is pretty cool. So that bumps you up above just a flat 5.
I'll give it a... Shoot, I was going to do 5. I'm doing 5.52. Here's what makes me super mad about this, is the winner of over 50 awards. Your game isn't out yet. You haven't won or earned any of those. Those are all from shows. That makes me furious.
It's kind of like how the Crew has its E3 awards on the box.
Yeah, you shouldn't... Oh, that makes me mad. You know what? I'm 5. Bumping it down. It's a 5.
Oh, wow. I gave it a 6. And I don't know what else I could say. Just like I said, I feel like it kind of diminishes the whole concept. It doesn't really feel very serious. At some point, I was kind of expecting him to like grab a raccoon and just bite a chunk out of it or something. So I don't know.
So I had lots of stuff to do at DICE this week, and Mr. Kyle Bossman was kind enough to look at some trailers that we should also talk about. And thank you, Kyle. I loved this.
I think I might be partly responsible for this, though, because this kind of came in the back door of, we got the review code or whatever in. And I'm like, what is this? And like, we put up the trailer already, so I watched the trailer, and I'm like, hey guys, do you want to play this game with me? So we haven't actually got around to it yet because the PC station's been pretty busy, but I definitely am digging this vibe.
I think the campaign for this was great. This is the second trailer for this game, right?
Yeah.
And then like, go get it.
Yeah.
Done. Not early access. The game. Go get it.
Yeah.
So I like the immediacy of it. And one thing that I love is the sound effects. I love his little, it's kind of like Link whenever he like will climb up on something. Like the guy's got these little like exasperated like shouts that he does whenever he's hopping around. And it adds so much.
Because it sounds like he's having a fun time.
It just sounds like something.
Yeah.
Like so many people, especially like independent people. This is just a very classy trailer. Like it adds so much. Watch this and imagine not hearing anything but just the music. And it goes from like a, I don't know what I'll score it, but from like an 8 to a 6.
No, you're right. It definitely impacts how you feel about this character because he is just a robot. He's not emoting, but the noises he makes really change your perspective on like what he's doing in this little stupid adventure.
Well, I think the way he
on.
moves too, he's got a very characteristic style of movement in his animation.
He looks kind of drunk.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's like there's a lot of personality brought through just that. I just love to see that kind of, visual creativity still coming out. You could compare this to a Minecraft or a retro game or something, but it really doesn't look like much else. I think maybe the thing that it most reminds me of is the Beanstalk in Kirby Triple Deluxe or in Mario Kart 8, And
it's very pretty, and he's adorable.
Yeah.
I don't say the word adorable a lot unless I go to the trailers, but damn, this guy's really fun. I do have criticism. Aha!
Here we go.
There's something this trailer just doesn't do, and that's tell me what I'm doing. Which, I guess that's what they're telling me, that they're like, there isn't necessarily something to do, but I've even seen Minecraft trailers that kind of like play out the day and night cycle and explain to you, like, here's how that works. Mm-hmm. And so at the end, you see him, and it's just like gorgeous purple, background, and while I want to go explore that, I wonder, like, if there's no aim, how much of this am I actually going to do? And so it would have been nice to, I don't know. Again, that might be what they're saying, is that there really isn't like an end game to this.
I think the closest they get is you see him pick up a gem. He's hanging from a rock and he just kind of kicks into a gem and it like glows and then he drops off and you kind of get the point. I kind of like it, actually. I like the progression of what they show you what this game is.
So yeah, I commend them for the way they wanted to announce this. It can be really tempting to like release like tons of media, and for just for people to like harness that excitement about the game and immediately go and experience it. How much is this game? Do we know?
$7.99.
Okay.
Thank you, Blood, for looking that up.
No, you should just come in knowing that it's $7.99.
But you can imagine a $7.99 sized game. Then you can kind of start putting this thing into perspective. So I think that maybe the one thing that this game has going for it and kind of works against it, which is that you can go anywhere and do anything, and it's kind of the same thing as No Man's Sky. And you actually brought up like the art design when you were talking about it earlier. And so I think it also kind of runs in that problem when you're like, cool, I'm curious how long I'm going to do that before I get to another beach that looks like the first beach I was at, But if it's something like Unfinished Swan, where you get like massive changes in environment, but if it's just like a bunch of trees that lead to other trees, like it may be good for like a stream or two, and then we might move on. But then again, $8. 9.2. It's a groovy trailer.
Yeah, I went 9.5 in this.
Wow.
I do. I like its music. I actually, also really like the robot sound effects. It's like how Mario says yippee, and I don't think people appreciate how much of an impact that has on your enjoyment of it. This robot, very similar. So great to put those in your trailer. I think good escalation of revealing all the crazy things that this game has in it. I like the moment when we finally see the cave, and he walks into a cave with like a bird in it. And, so you're adding some intrigue deep into your trailer. I like this trailer a lot. I like what they do with titles.
Yeah, I feel almost like a jerk now. I gave this just a 8, but
It's fine.
You're not a jerk,
yeah,
man. That's a good score.
I definitely enjoy it and appreciate it, and it makes me want to play the game, which hopefully I'll get a chance to do soon.
Yeah, this trailer's alright, I guess. You know what? I'm just not into Japanese games, guys. I'm just gonna say no.
Oh.
I'm totally kidding.
Oh, okay.
The only real criticism I have of this is I feel like I saw a little bit too much of the cutscenes. I would like to have seen a little bit more of the in-game.
But it's all new.
Yeah.
All of it. Every
of it.
frame is what? Huh? What? Like they blew it out, man. And they didn't blow it out with that teaser. Like that teaser was painful.
It looks very restrained at this point, yeah.
And this just, we get the
These titles
we get the
are
cast.
so good.
What other is this the opening of the game maybe? Like
Yeah, well, it very well could be. This feels very much like an opening, especially with like all the film grain and the classy titles and everything.
But still, they put it in the beginning of their trailer, which I think
Yeah.
says something. I think it's very cool.
yeah, it's just a blowout. I think it was very kind of similar to Grow Home, where you get that initial tease and you're like, yes, I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see the next time they show something, and the next time they show something is an explosion. It's you get tons of gameplay, tons of style. It doesn't hold anything.
Yeah,
it doesn't hold anything
the fact
back.
That the menu, yeah, like the menu really stood out to everyone. I think.
The whole thing screams this is totally going to happen. Like this game is rocking on all cylinders right now, and it might take a while to get to. Do we know when Persona 5's coming out?
Still no release date.
Yeah. But man, look at how good it is.
So, and that's a great thing. That like, if there is no release date, like this again, it just seems like they are well on their way to making a humongous game, and something that I did not expect to legitimately be as excited as I am. I haven't touched a Persona game ever.
This is a fantastic trailer. It's a fantastic looking game, and everything. Like even the titles, like you don't get a single title that's just like, bleh. Here's some text. Like the closest you get is the website at the end, but it's even that, like they've got it paced out. It feels good.
I remember looking later and seeing that it said Japanese trailer. I was like, oh, Japanese, and then watch it again. Like, oh yeah, there are a couple Japanese titles. Totally missed them. Didn't feel any kind of like, oh, I wish I knew what was happening here.
Right.
Totally get it. No one says any one line of dialogue that I understand, but literally just watching like the scenes that they choose to show. And I think it's just a weird balance. Like one issue that I have with Japanese animation and Japanese games is there's like a distance between the seriousness of it and the flamboyishness of it, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and this just melds for me so perfectly with like, yeah, I'm sure there's a serious story here, but at the same time they're like ice skating down a freeway, and normally I'd be like, action scenes that are that outlandish kind of take away from the realism of this, and everything I'm seeing here is like more, just do this.
We have a transforming cat in here. It's fine. I freaking love it. It seems proud, and that's what I really, really appreciate about it. It says presented by Atlas at the end. You know what I mean? It's a statement to come out with your director and character designer and composer up front, and just saying, here's our debut. Here's what our game is. We've been working on this for ages, and here's what it is. And it's all great. It's coincidentally all great. And so the music selection also just kind of speaks to that. Just like, we're blowing up. This is it. Here it is. And last thing I want to say about this, I freaking love that the menus in this game are cut to the music. Like, good on the game for having great looking menus, but good on the editor to put those menus inside of this trailer, because they all match the tone, and that's outstanding. Very few games could ever do this, show you their menus and still as stylish as the rest of your trailer.
Very, very good editing in this. Very, very quick. And not given a lot of time to absorb stuff. So even just watching it now, going through it, like picking out really tiny moments and noticing things. Love to have the time to do a really elaborate video specifically going through the trailer. I know we did, Ben and some other people sat down to talk about that, but specifically the trailer, I would die if I had the time to actually like do a frame by frame thing. But I think I'm turning Japanese. I want to play Bloodborne. I want to play this. 9.7. I love this.
Woo. Thought about this for a long time. This is a 10.
It's number 3. That's
my third 10. And I thought about those trailers, and it's like, this is like, it's in that league. It's absolutely in that league. This is a 10 trailer. This is as good as a trailer can get. You did it. You pulled it off.
Thank you for appeasing the Twitter fan base. At least one of us gave it a 10. Blood's doing it too.
Mine's 9.2. Yeah, and again, it just.
What's that 0.8? What's the 0.8, Blood? What did they do wrong?
What did they do wrong? It's not. I think another point is just not about what you do wrong. It's just how much farther can you push it? Yeah, I want to see more for sure. Want to hear more.
So I have some videos to edit, including this one. I got to cut the countdown, and I just got back from DICE, and so I'm running a little bit behind. I'm not going to do a part 2, so we're not going to do a Let's Watch.
Okay.
We're not going to have a part 2. It is just this. So really quickly, let's get through some extra trailers that you liked, Kyle. Midnight Star.
I'm trying to learn from the master. These aren't necessarily trailers that I like, but trailers that I think we can talk about.
Oh, okay, because I didn't understand why some of these were.
Yeah, this one's crazy. This starts off as like, wow, this is a high-budget game, and then it gets into tap the enemy to shoot him. It's a tablet game, and
yeah.
I was amazed by like the 2 scales of this trailer, basically.
Super let down, but I mean, I feel like that's been the trend with mobile trailers. Like that Clash of Clans trailer, which was at the Super Bowl. That was amazing.
Very expensive, yeah.
But again, it's just like it's Clash of Clans, and I feel like sometimes that works. Like in that case, that really worked. I feel like most of the time, it's like, man, you guys are wasting so much money. And in this case, it just feels like a letdown when you actually see the game.
Because I think it's a question of misdirected intensity. It's like you can create excitement around your product, but don't pretend your product is something else. So like that Liam Neeson spot for Clash of Clans is so damn funny because it really represents like what it's like to play that game. It puts the game in perspective. It's like he's in a coffee shop and he's playing the game. That's it. Whereas like you do this and you're just like, oh my god, this is the next Mass Effect. It like starts out. Then it's like, oh wait, okay.
Yeah.
Reality check. Shape of the World. Speaking of gorgeous, bright, colorful games.
Yeah, this one looks like No Man's Sky, basically. And so that's kind of interesting to like see another game try to do this kind of trailer, and it is kind of, you're always moving forward in this trailer, I feel like.
Yeah. I had a very Proteus vibe off of this. The thing that bugged me the most is basically the breadcrumb trail, the picking up the little triangles. It distracted me from everything else that was going on and made it feel, I don't know, like less significant.
They showed too much of the game, you mean? Like the gaminess aspect of it?
I feel like if the picking up triangles is the game, I'm not that excited about it.
Well, it's like the Prince of Persia remake, where you're like bringing life back to the world by doing nothing, basically. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Again, just like No Man's Sky, it's like, where's the end? Why am I walking? It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. It'd be like a good like VR game. It'd be like a good VR demo at a con, but like a full game, I don't know. Warhammer End Times, which was creepy. I thought it had some good CG. It was a nice teaser. I was interested.
Yeah.
They're trying to set up like an apocalyptic event in the world of Warhammer, and I bought it. It's like, okay. And again, rats. It's not like zombies or vampires or aliens where you're like, this again. It's like, oh, interesting.
I picked this one because of the giant rats.
You just like giant rats?
I do.
And rats eat rats, dog eat dog.
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely some texture there, some layers. I liked the Darkest Dungeon early access trailer because I cannot wait to play that game. That game came out right when I left for DICE. I'm like, damn it! But it's in early access, and I think that looks amazing. And there's always lots of cheesy trailers that use quotes, and I thought they did a really good job of just kind of like showing the gameplay really quickly.
Quotes are really fast, though. Just like, what? Oh.
They're hard to read that fast, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've complained about them in the past, so like you don't want to dwell on it for too long. Just like, yeah, this guy said this. It's like people are saying a lot of stuff. It's all good. It's all you need to know.
They've been on point for their whole campaign too. Darkest Dungeon's been doing good work with their.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Stay ahead of us.
Yeah.
Like make me want to hustle through that to get that title. I mean, don't make it annoying, but. And finally, Lego Jurassic World had a really great debut trailer that thanks Blood that you sent. I watched just before you sent it out. And the one thing that to criticize the trailer though is inside the trailer it actually doesn't announce that you can play as dinosaurs, and that was one thing that accompanied the announcement.
Right.
And I thought that'd be cool to just kind of like slam that in. you know, at the end, like right before the logo hits. It's just like, you know, fight the dinosaurs, play it. Because they had like 4 amazing, you know, 4 epic adventures. Like the titles were really fun, and but I thought just like slip that guy in there because that's a great announcement. So yeah, Persona 5, my trailer of the week.
Yeah, it's trailer of the week.
Yep.
Definitive trailer of the week. Yeah, probably a trailer we're gonna be talking about. It's February. We got one of our, you know, probably most serious contenders. Trailer of the year so far. Was there a trailer you liked better?
No. That's trailer of the year.
Yeah, Cinema's gameplay. It's got it all. Congratulations, Persona 5. And apologies for not doing a part 2 this week. Thank you, Mr. Bloodworth.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Bosman.
No problem.
And we will be back next week for another Let's All Go to the Trailers. Take care.